Hey, we got a real interesting thing going on today. We're here in Arlington, Indiana.
Who's ever heard of Arlington, Indiana?
Well, I hadn't heard of Arlington,
I hadn't.
Indiana. There's not very much in Arlington, Indiana. General store's
General
really,
store is really nice.
and there's a post office, and the third business in town.
Is the original tractor cab
There we are, and
Which
here we
is-
are.
behind us.
So we're gonna go in now and check it out. Good morning. Hi.
Hi.
And Tim.
Chrissy?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So that's what I remember. This is what I was talking about. The trail.
Yep. been on
Yeah.
I got-
So that's what directs the heat from the engine back to
Yeah.
the...
See, these were gas engines, so there's a lot of heat, and that heat would go right back there and keep your toes warm.
So-
Yeah.
You know, we get people want those things now, but engines push now. They don't pull.
A lot of them do, yeah.
Push. So it does no good. All it's going to do is suck the heat out of your cab. This is the cab rack. We call it that because we develop the cabs in here.
Okay.
And you just happen to be in here when we just started doing videos for Manuals. You're recording me, aren't you?
I am.
Oh my God.
It's fine. It's not scary.
So, Bill here is our video guy. And we've got a bunch of John Deeres to catch up on. We've been doing it as we design, but all of a sudden, said, okay, let's get the old stuff. So now we're about getting all our John Deere sunshades. Up here's brands we used to make. We used to do OEM, and we logoed everything we made for them. Those days are gone. We do very little OEM work now. It's basically straight to consumer on the internet. But there's a lot of old things that are totally gone up there. Into the sewing room. I just have 4 employees working in here now. I will show you what we do on this. It's like dressmaking. All of our products we do in-house. I mean, everything, all the materials, everything is in-house except for our top. The ABS plastic top, I farm that because that's $1 million machine that makes those. We used to make those tops out of fiberglass. We used to do them in-house, but I did it with fiberglass many, many years ago. I've been to other companies that do soft cabs. We don't do anything less than 50. We make 50 cabs at a time. Is the minimum.
What do you think of the material, Dad?
Looks good to me. It'd be warmer than what I've got on my cab.
That's true.
Okay. This is a paper pattern. Okay, this is a Walkline snowboard cab. I can tell that. But anyway, this is bad. This is just some parts. But you can get an idea of it's like dressmaking.
Yeah.
Holes, we make a stack of vinyl 50 out. So we got a stack, put the pattern on it, powder it, it goes through the perforations, and then we cut it out, the solid. And voila, you got parts of 50 cabs.
Okay, so the blue powder just goes through these holes,
Through the
and that
holes.
essentially makes the lines
That to follow when they cut it. Yep.
Okay.
And you have the blue lines following, and you have holes, which we drill holes in, and that's for the sewers to know where to fold things, where the snaps go, this and that. And once in a while you have a customer going, I got a hole in my cab, which is for our sewing. Yeah, that's how we do it, but you know, water doesn't come through, air doesn't come through, there's just a pinprick there.
Yeah. Notice it's hardwood floor for the tabletop.
Yeah.
Nail down hardwood floor.
It looks good.
Everything's sewn. We don't have anything to show you. We used to have parts around here. All those parts go through, the girls end up putting it together, and voila, you have a cab. This is an inspection table. It just sort of works its way around.
So these are the colors of material you got here?
Yep. About everything we do anymore is black, but we have, like, this is the reds for Toro equipment. Here's Simplicity Orange.
Okay.
Also works for Aaron's. Actually, it's more of an Aaron's orange. Of course, John Deere yellow. This gray we use for, yeah, we used to use that for Ford. Most of the stuff's black. That's,
So this would be all of the soft cover
25, yeah, that's the vinyl.
This is all the vinyl portion of a cab for some
Right.
John Deere lawnmower type.
Hardtop cab, we call it. All these here, those are Aaron's Walker cabs. This is just vinyl for that. It's ready to go in the box.
Okay.
Have you
So
seen
that's
my snowboard cab?
yeah, we've seen
Okay.
it.
Well, that's the vinyl for it.
And we then there's one assembled out front. We'll check it out. Right?
That's right. And you're right. Our warehouse. Getting ready for basketball. Okay. Our warehouse is a football field. This is just part of it. It's 60 wide, and when you open these doors, it's 300 feet long.
Wow.
This product,
This is ready to go to the customer.
all ready to go.
So if we place an order on the internet, somebody would walk out here and get one.
Yeah, and believe it or not, Monday, our phone was ringing because all the snow we got out east yesterday. Yeah, people were ordering cabs that couldn't wait for next year. Actually, most of the stuff back here is sunshades. We're getting ready for spring.
Yeah.
Sunshades are made already.
What time of year then do you make the cabs?
We'll start rolling again probably next month.
Okay, so what's going on here?
They're putting together a hardtop cab.
Okay. So there's the top right there.
I redesigned the whole thing so it goes in a box to ship UPS. And you see we have the top. This box right here is all the steel parts. They're all vacuum packed in this box. That's the hardtop frame. Then the vinyl goes on. She's putting the manual in. And then, oh, we're in the way.
Yeah, we're in the way, but
So is this the largest box?
Actually, for UPS, yeah. It's actually it's only one end.
Okay. So you got a
Yeah. See, just slide it on the box.
little cool table. Yeah.
Everything around here is homemade. My grandfather was a bit of a genius.
How long will the color last on the green?
The UV rays, that's got protection on it. That should stay green.
Okay.
It's your reds where you have trouble. UV and reds, you put all UV protection. If you look at any sign, if it's red and if it's 10 years old, it's fading away.
you retail these for right around $1,000, right? Mm-hmm. That's pretty much no matter what tractor they go on.
Right. We just round them off. Yeah. Because they're all very similar.
Right. So how long does it take? So let's say John Deere comes out with a new series of tractor next year. How long does it take and how much effort is it to design for that new?
Design a cab and to do the manual to get everything ready for final product is probably about 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow.
And then we produce them, and we can produce them rather quick. They count out 10, and we package 10, then we package another 10, and then when they're done, if they have extra parts, something's wrong. Everything's 10s and 50s. That's our quality control. And it's all pattern work. Match it up, make sure everything, all the parts are correct. We very seldom ship out something incorrect.
So you don't pack these to order per se. You'll
No.
pack up the entire run of 50 cabs.
50 cabs. We're pretty much the king of soft cabs. Back in the 70s, there was over 50 companies like us made soft cabs. They were everywhere. And we're the last one. We just beat everybody out. Only because we were tied into the OEMs. We were working with manufacturers. We built this warehouse in '63, this front part, put in a loading dock. Snow filled up loading dock. Okay, so he went and bought a snow blower. Brand new idea of snow blowers. He got covered with snow. Thought about it. He came up with a cab for it. I said, he ended up getting a patent on it. Next thing you know, we're in every tractor manufacturer that makes snow blowers. We were in their door selling cabs to them. We had a patent on it.
Yeah.
And so that got us in the door for everything. And then they started making snow blowers for lawn and garden tractors. At the time, we were still making tractor cabs for farm tractors. They were going away in the 60s, big time. My grandfather had sunk a bunch of money in making combine cabs. This place almost went under. He put so much money into it for combine cabs, and all of a sudden, boom, the OEMs, the manufacturers decided to make their own cabs. So combine cabs, we never made any. Tooled up to make a lot, didn't make any. But we evolved to lawn and garden tractors. We started making cabs for tractors because we started putting snow blowers in tractors. We were in the doors with walk-line snow blowers, so there we were making cabs for tractors. We made cabs for every lawn and garden tractor manufacturer except for Kubota and John Deere. About 2000, I said, let's start making John Deere cabs and selling them to the dealers ourselves. It didn't go over real well. We manufactured, but then along came the internet. We started selling them to the consumers on the internet. Voila. Now about everything we do is John Deere and Kubota. Because the OEMs went away. But we recouped that business other ways, except for the China. They really hurt me with China. I don't know if you've seen cabs. You go to Menards, you look at some catalog sales, there's these walk-behind cabs in there that sell for $54.
Yeah, and I mean, it is really thin.
Those are copies of our cabs. What they're selling is junk. A good example is our vinyl. All our vinyl we use is American made. We tried China. We get Chinese vinyl in there for half the price. We test it. It gets down to 2 above 0 in freezer. And most freezers are 2 above 0. You put it in there and take it out and touch it, and that vinyl just cracks. It just goes away. Now, Chinese say the specs are good, cold crack, temperature's lower than that, but it's not. They say one thing, sell you something else. We can't use cheap Chinese vinyl because of that. I use Lexan. It's good for 150 below 0. You know, the cold crack. So we just stayed with good materials, quality products. They're junk cabs, their dealers won't buy them.
Right.
Dealers call us, we still make the cabs, but the numbers are gone. All because of Sears going to China.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. They even copied their assembly manual. They just took their name off.
Yeah.
This video copy,
Yeah.
junk. It's just junk material.
There's your statement about fair trade material.
There is
Yeah.
no fair trade in China. They just come. It's
So-
horrible.
So that kind of explains why there needs to be a little protectionism mixed in with our highly capitalistic country.
You see standard parts? We make them in about 1,000. These are all the posts. You've seen
So
it
a lot
for
of
walk
these-
behind cabs. It's
A lot of these are the same for all.
for
models.
all of them. Yeah.
So that's kind of your design, is just to
That's-
have a few unique
Standard
parts
Now those aren't the standard parts to make this cab. Those are the parts,
that are unique
yeah, unique for the tractor.
for John Deere 11041, whatever that is.
Yeah. This is our steel room. Everything in this room is what you shear out. Your flat stump, your rods, your angle irons, and it's all on a shear. So you chop it. You know, you don't saw it. You chop it off. All that stuff is fabbed in here. This press here is impressive.
Ha!
Cambridge City, Indiana. That's where this was made in the 1880s. You see this flywheel right here? That was built for the leather belts and steam.
Wow.
You ever seen the old
Yeah.
things where the steam engine's running all these, they got a shaft and they're running all, that's what this machine is, that before electricity. Belt run. Now it's got a motor on it. It's a press, punch press. You have, it punches holes in flat stock. You have patterns. Boy, here's some old ones. What you do, here's a pattern, some part. So this is a part for one of the original cabs in the 50s. But you see that this part had to have 2, 4, 6, 7 holes in it. So you have this to line up these punches in those holes.
Yep.
And then,
move those
and then
left and
you
right.
had this hunk of steel that put in there, which is a lot thinner than this. This is tempered pattern steel. Old school.
That's
Old
cool.
school.
These
Welding
are
fixtures. Welding fixtures.
Okay, so the actual piece would fit like right in here.
Right. And we'll see some of that over here.
Okay.
This is where we do tubing. As you said, most of our products are tubing.
Yeah.
And here's where we do all saw it, but we don't do that much sawing because we get our tubing pre-cut now. If you would come here next fall, you wouldn't see an empty cart. We're just not doing anything. When they manufacture the tubing, they just make it to it for length, so it's hard, so we don't have to saw it. There's all
That's
the parts.
nice.
It just saves a lot of money. I used to have one full-time job just sawing, and now we don't saw much, except small jobs.
What's Kyle doing here?
Get ready to saw.
Cutting out sunshades.
Sunshade brackets.
Okay. So this is just a big bandsaw.
Big bandsaw.
That's the keeper part right there.
Yep.
Dad, I don't think I'd mind this steel work. It doesn't seem quite so bad.
It's not near as bad as the steel working that I do, is it?
No, there's
Not-
no sparks flying.
No sparks or anything, yeah.
Yeah.
John Deere. That scab model, there's all the oddball parts. Bag work.
Okay.
Then you gotta find the welding jig that fits too, because you got the pattern and you have the, fixture.
So that's a jig there that you put everything in, right?
Yeah, we got a jig and a pattern. We match everything up to the pattern to make sure it's right for them. Get the
Okay.
welding and they check it out when they pack it.
That's the one that's done right there, huh?
Yeah. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces he puts on that jig and welds it up. You know, I could replace him with a robot, but he'd still have to stand there and put the parts in.
He's a lot better looking than most robots, I would say.
I don't know about that.
More friendly than a robot.
Cool stuff. Well, I mean, hot stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I get burned on the average 4 or 5 times a day. My dad was a welder, my son's a welder, and I'm a welder.
Boy, that is beautiful welds. To be done just free-handed like that.
Well,
I can tell they're not your first ones.
No.
How long you worked here?
8 years in July.
8 years. Sit here weld every day?
Most of the time. We get a little break and I'll go up there and help fill in until I get stuff back here. This is my usual area.
Yeah.
We like to keep it here.
Yeah.
Hey, now we're at the fun part, the part that I recognize, Catrio. Look at this.
It slightly resembles what we have.
This is Wayne's tractor, right?
Oh, really?
So even the cab manufacturer has to have his own tractor. Everybody wants to have a tractor.
Right.
I play with this thing. You can tell I play with fires.
Yeah. Yeah. Now this Wayne, this has got the hardtop, the sunshade, right?
Yeah.
This will mount to any rocks then.
Yes.
So it really doesn't matter.
That size rocks. There's some oddball rocks out there, but
Okay.
it fits most. Yes.
This is what I need.
It's a universal hardtop thing.
This is what I need right here. I don't think I need the cab. After all, we haven't had snow for 2 years. This is what I need.
Sunshade's nice.
And it looks like you mount it here, 2 or 3
Yep.
places on the route, 4 places on the routes, and then you're all done.
Do you know how much distance this adds to the top of the tops? Just for people who have
About 4 inches.
4 inches, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. A little bit of a concern there with garage doors.
We get that. Yeah. You get burrs on parts when you saw it.
Okay.
Some pieces we worry about those burrs, some we don't. It's according to where it's going to go. So if it's going to be a place that's going to cut somebody, we tell them what to get rid of the burrs. That's an aggregate. That's what takes off the steel.
How long does it have to tumble before it gets
A couple hours. They just throw it in there and turn it on and
back
get back
later?
yeah, get back to it. Yeah.
So eventually he's going to be pressing a hole here.
Yeah. These are one instead of using a birch press because
Just pressing over 2
it's
holes.
just 2 holes and it's a lot quicker. Just to
Yeah.
I can watch you set
That
it up.
press has been around a while too.
Oh, everything we have here is better. Oh, yeah, look at the wear on that. It's a hand bender. Our runs are too small to automate.
Right.
In fact, I had a professor from Purdue come in here to see what we could do automation-wise, and you can't because our quantities are too small. So everything's hand bent.
That's
Just
smooth.
had so many parts bent on this thing because this thing is back from the 40s, and we still use it. Oh, he's got it up there. Okay, there's a stop here. It's all set up
Yeah.
to get the stop, then you put it here. There's a stop here, and then what you do.
That tells you how far to bend.
Yeah, he's got to set it all. He matches it all up pattern to set it up. But I mean, look how worn.
Yeah.
See this stop here? Just beat
Yeah.
to nothing. It just keeps on going now.
Pretty impressive
Oh,
bend, though.
he built this machine. It's a homemade machine. Now, I didn't build this. My grandfather did.
Wow.
Nobody does what we do.
It looks perfect.
Yeah, it's sort of hard to copy because that's not the standard way to bend.
That is really unique.
And that made a lot of youth plants in the day. We automated that. Everything we do is kits. They're all kits. So you got to have nuts and bolts. A bag of nuts and bolts to put things together. This is the nut house. You have to get a little loony to work in here. Sheila.
It improves employee morale, doesn't it, Sheila?
Oh, well, whatever.
My grandfather designed this thing. I said we do everything in 50s. There's 50 cans here. Okay. So you have the parts bag. Nothing's worse than to get a kit at home and put together a product,
And missing a
and
bolt.
you're missing a bolt. And you can see it's a nut house, nuts and bolts.
So what is Sheila doing?
She's got a card. She knows how many of these are 1/4 by 5/8 hex head cap screws.
Yeah.
And she knows how, she has, this is the list for that whole, for the parts bag, tells what's what.
So she's putting
So
the
she's
set
putting-
number. How many are you putting in there, Sheila?
8.
Eight of those 1/4 inch,
Yeah, she just
Bolts.
started. There's 8 right there.
and you'll put all in 50 of these buckets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you'll move on to the next
The
part.
next one, 2 of those, and go. And then when they're all done, you end up putting the bag over it, dump it all out,
Okay.
and then it's heat sealed. Then you take it
Wow.
and seal it, and you got a whole, with all your bolts and nuts.
Well,
Okay, go back.
I hope your seat is comfortable, because it looks like that's a tedious job.
It's not really. It's not. You got your card to go by and everything's usually on the wheel and you just keep spinning and keep putting in, so.
When we're busy, there's somebody in here all day long.
The nut house.
The nut
Do they really call it the nut house?
Yeah, I started work here over 20 years ago for my first time coming in, and I run out of something to do. And his dad come up and he says, "Well, I'm going to put you in the net house." And I said, "Really?" And then he brought me in here and he showed me all of this. And,
You've been in the nut house ever since.
well, yeah, here and there. I quit a couple times and come back, but yeah.
Oh, you mean you can get out and still get back into the nut house? It's
Oh, very much so.
okay.
And there's no cure for Sheila.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Nor Wayne.
This place, we've been here since '39.
My grandfather, my grandmother, my mother, I've had one brother, me, a couple sons, all work here.
Yeah, we've had a couple, 4 generations
Generations.
working here, which is amazing.
Well, that's
But it's a
special.
small town and people come and go. I mean, this place has employed a lot of people through the years.
Yes.
We dip paint.
Okay.
Very few people do it anymore. Most of the stuff's powder coated. Basically, what this is a bow for a walk behind snowblower cabin. You take it and you dip it in the tank. You pull it out, you hang it up, and the paint drips off and rolls back in the tank. It's the old way to paint, and we still do it. We also powder coat, but we farm that out. We have John Deere cabs we make just for John Deere. It's powder coated.
How deep is
Does it
the
work?
tank?
That tank is about 5 foot deep.
Wow.
There's 100 gallons of paint in there, I know that.
What do you think, Dad?
Yeah, I think these are what we had as a kid. Now, it wasn't on a tractor quite like that, but the whole idea of just plexiglass around the top. Here's the snowblower cab. Katrina, you need one of these.
I think so. I think the windows goes down far enough that even being short, I could still use
You
it.
can still see through here?
I think so.
Hey, now, this looks familiar, Katrina.
It does. In fact, hey, 1025R.
It looks a lot like Johnny, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
The only
does.
thing it's missing is the loader brackets and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
See, it doesn't have any loader or anything like this. But hey, it does have something that we don't have.
Yeah, that's quite the hat.
Wayne, what do we got here?
It's a hard top, soft sided cab. I say a hard top because it's a plastic top, the side's all vinyl. With a door, it's a rod frame door,
Oh, that's cool.
soft vinyl. If you want to take the door off, sure I will. Get too hot in the thing, door comes right off, so you just have that part of it.
Wow.
Okay, so you leave the frame on all
You
year.
leave the frame on, yep. Our lawn and garden tractors, we don't recommend leaving the frame on to mow with. These you can because it's attached to the ROPS, so it's good, you don't get the vibration so much.
Okay.
But it's attached to the ROPS. There you were worried about the height. For garage door, it's under the ROPS. Even though you can, some people drop the ROPS to go in the garage.
Now, is this the same cover that you use on the sunshades?
Yes, everything top of sunshade.
So it looks like the windshield is a little tilted back, so maybe rain doesn't get caught on it.
Snow.
So snow. Okay.
Tilted back, the snow doesn't cling to it, it falls off. water drips off of it. We also have a glass windshield you can put on here.
Okay.
If you want to use a windshield wiper, some people want to, you have to have glass. You can't use this Lexan. You can't use a windshield wiper on it, it'll scratch it up.
I like it because it looks like it would keep me warmer if I had to
It
be
does.
one out plowing the snow.
Keeps you warm. Now, we do not sell heaters. Some people want heaters. I've used these out in the snow. You know, you're moving snow, it's still work. Even though you're sitting on a tractor, you put on a coat, you're working. You stay warm in there because just driving a tractor is still work. You make your own heat. So I don't recommend heaters. Some people insist on them.
Try it out, Catriel. See if you can figure out how to get in there. Yeah?
Not going very fast. Hey, there we go. Can you hear me?
Can't hear a word you're saying. It's totally soundproof.
Totally soundproof.
Yeah. Yeah, so do you want one of these?
Yeah, because I can't hear you.
Oh. Good.
I think his I like how they
Tractors.
have the windows here so you can still see a lot of what you're doing. Oh
No
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
The windows, so when you're trying to, you know, keep your right tire in the spot when you're doing the tilling.
Oh, you think you're going to have the cab on when you're tilling?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, probably not.
But still, when you've got a snow blade on the front like ours, you would need to be able to see.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to see your front wheels so you can see how far they're turned and things like that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
you have to
they've-
see your tire, especially in the snow. You're not just spinning around.
Yeah.
Both sides have doors.
Yep.
That's nice.
We also design our cabs. You don't drill any holes in the tractor. It's all existing bolts. No holes to drill, as my grandfather would say. All our cabs are that way.
That's nice.
I mean, I have good access to all the levers.
So, how long do you think it'll last? Years and years and years?
Oh, this vinyl will last,
Yeah.
oh. Like I said, I've seen cabs still in use, they're 50 years old. This vinyl,
Okay.
yeah, it lasts forever. What you see
Wayne,
here,
your snowplow, I'm not too sure about your snowplow design skills.
what this is a mock-up of a blade for a carbon monoxide test.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When I say carbon monoxide test,
I thought maybe they were talking about that blizzard last week and
Nope.
you guys felt like you had to get
Nope.
something quick.
it's a mock-up so we get the exhaust to bounce around just like a blade was on there. Yep.
So if you wanted to say anything to all of our subscribers on YouTube, what would it be?
If you're in snow country, you need cabs. There's no doubt about that. I've done a lot of snow testing through the years.
And this is really the only soft side cab available for these subcompact tractors,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
And the hardcover cabs are $5,000.
Very expensive. And soft cab works. Soft cab works just as well.
Yeah. So if you're in the market, and I realize it's springtime now, but if you're in the market for a cab and you don't want to spend a fortune, you don't want to spend the kid's inheritance, right? Then the original tractor cab's a fine device to get. I'll put a link to be able to purchase original tractor cab in the description below. I'll put a link to my website where we'll have some more information on this video. And just want to thank you, Wayne, for taking the time to walk us around here today. Happy to have you on Tractor Time with Tim.
Well, thank you.
All your manuals are online. Installation, you have installation videos on YouTube.
Yep.
Good stuff like that. Well, thanks a lot,
You do
Wayne.
great things.
And we'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.